All right, everyone, let's do this. How are you? Are you okay? Great. Welcome to this week's episode of our podcast. It's called Is Breakfast Included? Thanks for joining in. This week, Lisa and I both sat down with Kimberly Davis. Kimberly is the powerhouse lead singer of the Chic organization, Nile Rodgers and Chic. We get to watch her every night. She blows people away. She has an amazing voice. She took the time to sit down and tell us about growing up in Brooklyn, basically her entire life, her career, how she joined Chic. It was a great conversation, and we really appreciate her taking the time because they actually had a show the day that she sat down. Anyway, we had a lot of fun with Kim, and I hope you do too. Let's check it out. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, tell everyone who you are.
Good evening, everyone. I am Kimberly Davis, and I am the lead singer for Nile Rodgers and Chic.
Right on. The singer.
Yeah. Right, for the last 15 years. Awesome.
Where are you from originally?
Brooklyn, New York. Representing Brooklyn no matter where I go. That's what I do.
Right on.
Yes.
Growing up in Brooklyn, what was it like?
Yes, born and raised.
Yeah.
It was everything. You know, I'm the only child, so it was always something to do, you know, for an only child. If it wasn't parent related or family related, it was friends. I had a ton of friends. I still do. All different types because I'm a Gemini. Geminis have all kinds of friends. Sometimes you can't have them all in the same room.
Right. Crazy friends.
Right,
friends.
Exactly.
Right. Friends you don't introduce to other friends.
No, absolutely. You got to be very careful with that.
I always have this rule that I don't introduce my real friends to my road friends.
Yes, because, you know, tricky.
So growing up in Brooklyn, whereabouts? Like what was there to do?
So initially it would Park Slope, you know, Gowanus, which is all downtown Brooklyn. You know, I never really was deep into Brooklyn. It was always like right where we could walk to a bridge, you know, and things like that. But yeah, it was everything for me. That's all I really know. And now I'm in Jersey City with a Brooklyn vibe. Jersey City is very much a Brooklyn vibe. Yeah. You know, it's very eclectic. You know, you have the arts there, the food there, you know, just the different things that going on, just denominations. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I could have. Yeah, right. And
I
feel like, you know, and then it's not so far.
Yeah.
Which is the other thing, because I always have to jump back into Brooklyn every other day.
Right on.
Every other day. I can't have it hours away. It's got to be close enough.
Right on. So growing up in Brooklyn, you saw it change. It's not like it is now.
I did. I was sitting right there when they gentrified the whole thing. Yes. When, you know, I started seeing different things happening, different places being torn down or gotten rid of, and new things coming up, and, you know, different type of people in the neighborhood. Yeah.
How'd that make you feel?
I didn't actually know what the name of it was until I was like, wait, what's going on here? And then it was like, yeah, gentrification. Is that why the supermarket was good? That smelled like, you know, roach spray. Now it has, because of gentrification, now it has a chandelier, wooden floors. I had to get past being insulted. Like, seriously, I'm not good enough for chandeliers and wooden floors. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of a thing. It takes you there for a second, and then you're like, well, I got chandelier and some wood floors. I'll have a ham and cheese sandwich. I'm good. You know, it's all good. You get past it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
But you saw all that happen.
I did. I did. Was there for it. Mm-hmm.
Right on. Yeah. When did you start singing? And what made you start singing?
Birth came out singing, came out screaming. Doctor said, she has some good lungs, though, Miss Davis. That's what it was. I've been singing since I could talk.
Yeah. Your family? Literally, anybody else in your family sing?
Mom was a singer. Dad was, even though they weren't together, Dad was a musician. So that's how she met him, you know, on the road and stuff like that. But yeah, always had music in my life. You know, Mom was R&B, Auntie was disco, Grandma was gospel, you know, God's sister was funk and Parliament. So it was all around. And then I went to music in high school, which was now LaGuardia. Yeah. And that's where everything else came in at. That's where the training came at. But I've been singing since birth. Like literally, my mom took me to the hospital to visit a sick friend. I was 2 years old, and they hid me behind the curtain, because no kids allowed. They had the radio on, and I'm singing this big stuff, right? So that's it. Busted everybody. Everybody gotta go.
Right.
So just been singing in elementary school. They always had a play. I was always in a play. Junior high school. It was one of my teachers that was like, I graduated from music and art. I'm gonna get you in there. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know. Needless to say, I got like a 98 on my audition because of what she told me I needed to know, and that was like the best 4 years of my life. No. Because that was the training and then the friends that I have still to today.
Really?
Yeah.
So coming from your background, the singing, just coming out naturally, being a singer, and going to music and arts school, what's the difference when the training comes in? Was that hard for you to adapt to, the training?
No. And it's funny because I remember me telling my teacher, I don't think I want to go. After all of that, I was like, I don't think I want to go because then I'm just going to be like a regular person. Because everywhere I went, it was like, there she goes, let the baby sing, family reunions, whatever it was. And then I had the nerve to say that to her. And she yelled at me so badly. She was like, don't be an idiot. First of all, you're going to learn from everyone there. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You just learned. It was definitely cultivating whatever that gift was that you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just spoke to someone else who went to a music college and had to adapt to that. Were the other alumni, with the other students, is everyone supportive of each other?
Absolutely. I'm literally still on a Facebook thread now, which we call the Alumni of M&A. So we support each other's graduation years. My year had a reunion already. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I sang in the choir for my year.
Yeah.
And we wind up singing the same songs that we sang in high school, which was awesome. Like, It was just fun to revisit that moment. But we're definitely supportive. And we've had people that have gone to the school that are like right now on stage and screen. So we definitely are supportive. It's a bond.
Present company included.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming out of college, did you immediately just throw yourself into the scene?
I was in. I did 2 years of college, and because I was in the middle of being in a girls' group from high school, so I was in a group with girls, and we were always out performing, doing things. When we were supposed to be in school, we were out doing shows,
Yeah.
And that's just what it's been. That from there, it was when I knew, okay, I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life. This is what I'm gonna be doing. So even those friends that I was in this group with, they wanted to be singers. They still do, but I, for one, took it very seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I teach vocal. I give vocal lessons. I have an academy. She Sings Academy. Shout out to She Sings Academy. Okay. When I get students, I make sure they're serious about it. This is not just you saying, all right, I want to sing this week. We all go through phases, but I'm only dealing with people that are serious about it because it's not just singing. It comes with, mentoring, and it comes with, grooming. It's not just, it's a lot that comes with singing. You just don't stand there and sing. Yeah. No matter what you think.
Are you tough on them?
Say it again.
Are you tough on them?
I am. I really am. And it's funny because I have to go, okay, let me remember that some of them are adults, but let me remember that these people didn't have what I had. They didn't have what I had, like the grooming from this age. They just decided I think I want to sing now because, I had a solo in church. Yeah. I had a solo in church. I think, now I want to be a singer. How serious are you about it? Yeah. That's it. And if you're not that serious, then I'll just, because for me, it's a waste of time because I'm giving my all, to these students. So I want them to, give me theirs as well.
To back up a little, being groomed from this age to be a singer, you, of course, were surrounded by family who were telling you, like, let her sing, listen
all
to
the
her
time.
sing, let her sing. Mm-hmm. That never deterred you, like, maybe they're the only ones that think I can sing.
No, because, I sang constantly. I would watch TV with my cousin, and the commercials would come on, and I'm just like, this is So she was like, damn, you sing commercials too? Yeah. Just like, Michael Jordan had the ball in his hand every day.
Yeah.
That's just what it was. It was definitely something that I knew I could do and I was good at. But when my mom took me to see Fame, that was it for me. I said, wait, they're dancing on the tables in the school? Hold up. I'm going. And I went. And so that was it. And that was the solidification because now everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to pursue their dream in music or art or whatever it is. And
pushing each other.
And pushing each other. And
were they dancing
each
on
other.
The tables is what
they were. They were. It was everything. I'm not even going to lie. We were singing in the train stations. This is just going home or coming to school, whatever it is. Performances all the time. We would have something called the semi-annuals where all the high schools would have a performance and it would be a competition. They had to make us special guests after a while because they was like, come on, y'all keep winning. Like, y'all can't just win every year. You know what I mean? We were doing covers. Yeah. We were saying, every man has a place. Like, we're doing that kind of stuff back then.
Do it again.
And we were happy about it, but, we just kept slinging. So they invited us as special guests, and we thought that was awesome, too, being that young,
What was your first paying gig like?
Oh,
and how much was it?
Please. It was, first of all, it was in the 80s, and it could have been $3. We thought we were doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So back then, when we were in the girls group and still in high school, it was more like, as far as money, it was more giving them things. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's take them shopping. Let's take them out for dinner. They'll be happy with that because we were kids. We didn't know any better. But then, you had to start working eventually. Yeah. You got to start working for real and paying your bills. But yeah, I would say starting my club dates. My club dates are what we call when we're doing weddings and corporate functions and things of that. And this guy that I knew was like, you should join my band. We work every weekend, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and that's when it took off. And that was like, wow, I'm getting paid to do this. Yeah. Yay, I could get with this.
So you were on a regular circuit with them?
And that's just what it was, like a regular circuit. And then from there, things just escalate. Now you're in the studio with that person. Now you've met this person. Now you're going on tour with that person. Now this person said come through. So yeah, it's a ball, but you have to put yourself out there. Yeah. For something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's got to be your life.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a 9 to 5 and I was like never at my 9 to 5 because I was always singing somewhere, either too tired to come to work or away actually on a tour or a mini tour or something like that. And I got a check one time from my job because, city jobs, you get paid every 2 weeks. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why am I here every day or not? Why do I even have this job? If I can't get somebody to pay me this kind of money in 2 weeks, then why am I here? What am I doing? And that's when it turned into music full time.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, seriously. Yeah. Which was how I even got here with Chic.
Yeah. And you have a child as well,
I do. I have a son and I had him early. So it was all business at an early age. You know what I mean? Like, again, working and stuff like that and having to pay bills.
Yeah. Were you touring while you were raising him?
I was touring. Yes, I was. And it was very lightly, maybe like a week at a time or something like that. But, family is everything because it takes a village.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It does. It takes a village. Thank you. Thanks, Mom.
Does he sing?
No.
He doesn't?
He has an ear, but he knows what's good, but he doesn't sing.
I always say, I play the radio real well.
Right, exactly. Right? Yes, I love it.
So how long from your club days to this band before you met the guys in Chic? And how did that happen?
First of all, I knew Ralph Rowe. So we're going to shout out to Ralph Rowe. Ralph has been my friend for years.
How'd you meet Ralph?
And I came on a club date gig. And Ralph was there, and he said something funny, and I turned around and laughed, and then that was it. After that, it was like, because I'm in the front, he's on the drums, and I heard what he said, and I turned around, we both just started laughing, because he didn't want me to hear it, but I heard it. And so we laughed ever since then. That's been my friend. So he said to me, you need to come audition for this band. Mm-hmm. And I was like, he said, Chic, right? I was like, yeah, what are you kidding me? And he was like, yeah, you need to come down. Okay, let me know. Time went on, never happened. He told me when the auditions were. I forgot. So I'm literally sitting at my job. I'm at work, and I'm like, phone rings. Hello. Yo, what are you doing? Where you at? What are you talking about? You just called me at work. Why are you asking me where I'm at? What are you... And I'm like, and he said, Kim, we're here now. You need to come here right now. And I jumped in my car. I drove from Queens to Manhattan on the highway. I was a supervisor by then, so I usually took 2-hour lunches.
Yeah.
So I went to SIR. I get to SIR. I see a bunch of girls lined up. I hear some girl inside singing already. There was like a group of girls that had already sang that were kind of like lingering. And I said to the management, I said, listen, hi, I actually just would need to go next because I'm on my lunch break. Do you mind? I'm a friend of Ralph's. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Ralph sees me in the hallway and I'm like, rah! And he said, ain't nobody playing right now. I said, oh, what? We not playing? Well, but we always laugh. He was like, just go and sing your ass off, and I'm gonna holler at you later. Like, that's how he's talking to me through his teeth.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I go inside, and I see Niall, and I see Jerry, the bass player, who's already there. And then I see, like, Russ, who I knew. Then I see another piano player that I knew, and I'm like, hey, guys. And they're looking at me like, oh, Kim is here. You know, that kind of thing. What song you gonna sing? I'm gonna sing I Want Your Love. I sang I Want Your Love. When I was finished singing the song, manager rolled on me with the itinerary for the rest of the year. And I looked at him and I was like, no, I have a 9 to 5. He said, not anymore. I said, wait, what? He said, what do you want me to give you for you not to have to go to work again at that 9 to 5? And I was like, huh? Right here, right now? Is this what's happening? And then I threw a number at him and he was like, okay. I went back to my job, started collecting my things. You know what? It's been real 17 years. I love you guys, but I'm out of here. My boss was like, no, you just went to lunch. I was like, no, I just changed my life. And I've been here ever since.
Wow. So you had been at your job for 17 years?
17 years. I was a supervisor and everything.
Yeah. How old was your son at this point?
My son he was in high school, like junior
so
high
he's
school,
grown.
To high school.
Yeah, he understood.
He's pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that for yourself?
No. I would have never thought that. I mean, I was there. I'm not old enough to have been in the group when it started, but I was there when it started. You know, I remember album covers and I remember, the Yowza. I remember all of that, and then I remember when it got serious for me, like when I Want Your Love and all the other stuff that he had produced. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know that all of those. So my first rehearsal, he starts playing Let's Dance, and I was like, why are we rehearsing Let's Dance? He was like, yo, baby, I wrote the song. I'm like, you did what?
Yeah.
So it was that kind of vibe. I was like, wow.
That's a great Nile impression, by the way. Yeah, I wrote this song. Plus 3 more on the album.
Plus 3 more on the album.
And I produced it.
Exactly. I was like, what is happening right now? So that's when I knew it was real. Mm-hmm.
How long before you and Now became tight?
Oh, yeah. We've had, let's see, I've been here for 15 years, so maybe 4 girls on the other side of him. And it was just like my consistency, the respect of the talent. Yeah. Because, mama taught me, you don't have to do nothing but sing. Because that's it. That's the talent. Yeah. It's going to override all that other stuff that you might think you need to do. Yeah. To get put on or to get recognized or anything like that. And that's just what it was. The respect level is awesome between us.
Yeah. Because we see you night after night. Mm-hmm. You're the lead singer. Mm-hmm. It's Nile Rodgers and Chic. It is. But, everybody talks about Kimberly Davis. How hard is it to keep grounded and say, well, you know what? It's Nile's name up there, but
absolutely no. It's not hard at all because I know I didn't write one word. I didn't write the, to, at. I didn't write anything. So that's all his music. I am loving the fact that I can help him express his life on stage. And that's all I have to do. Yeah. I can't even tell you how fast I snatch that wig off and throw them heels in the corner. Okay, because that's all I did my job. That's what it is. I have no problem with that. I love the fact that he lets me do me.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what I'm doing, he just lets me rock out. That's the best job for me, is to let me do what I do. And then when it's all said and done, you know, I can go to the store and I don't have to put on a wig or, you know, or disguise, put it that way. I don't have to put on a disguise to go shopping at the corner store.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
That's refreshing to hear, because it's hard for a lot of, you know, hired musicians that are surrounding an artist to keep that ego in check and say, like, you know what, I'm here to play to the music.
That's it.
And now surrounded himself with
with those people.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what makes it a hit, because we all kind of feel that way. Like we're all basically, this is what we're doing. We're here to prove our point for him. And that's it. And that's and we're good. Yeah. And that's it. And people love, it's awesome to see people in the audience crying or kids singing a song. What do you even know about Freak Out? You know what I mean? Right. That means the parents are passing the music down. Yeah. So it's good to see. It's awesome to see that. And we've done humongous venues. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's awesome to have everybody see your talent and see you show out. And then that's it. Party done. Yeah.
Well, you know, my son was introduced to Nile through Daft Punk.
Okay. That's right, because he's now into a whole nother generation.
Yeah, a whole nother generation. I remember they came to see him in Dallas, and they were more excited to meet Nile than anyone. I asked Ralph this because he has his moment during Let's Dance. You have your moment during Get Lucky.
Yes.
You know, like everybody knows that's coming, and if you don't know it's coming, you don't forget it afterwards. After you hear that part, to use a cliche term, I mean, you're really taking people to church during that. Do you hate that term when people say "take me to church"?
Absolutely not. I'm God-fearing. We are not ashamed. We are not ashamed at all.
What's your most memorable gig?
Oh my God. I'm going to have to say Sydney Opera House, because again, it was Sydney Opera House. Yeah. And any opera house, your voice sounds extra, 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 extra. Period. That's what it's built for. Yeah. So when I heard myself like project out and hit the back of that wall and then come and smack me in my face, like bow, they couldn't shut me up. There was people all around the stage. So it wasn't just, facing forward. They could not stop me. I went ballistic, literally, because there were people behind me. I was back there with them. I was in the front. I was just extra, because I was so excited to hear that, because I know what it sounded like. I can actually hear myself. Yeah. And then I did the Royal Albert Hall, which was another hall, and that was amazing. To sing with not only a choir, but with all of these stringed instruments. Yeah. It was amazing. And I'll be doing it again in December.
You guys heard that.
That's right.
You had a son, you were pretty young when you had a son,
Yes, 21.
At that point, and I'll lead into my point, did you ever see like, well, this isn't going to happen for me because family first?
No, because everything has timing. So by the time I got really, 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 really into it the way I am now, he was already out of school. There were things that I couldn't do. I couldn't go when I was singing background for Alicia Keys, her first album. I couldn't continue with her because my son was going into a grade where I needed to be there. Yeah. So, there's times when you have to shut things down. Yeah. But as far as this is concerned, timing was everything for this particular gig. Yeah.
So on that question, seeing that, knowing that you had these responsibilities, because a lot of artists say, you know what, this is my chance. Right. That'll take care of itself. Yeesh. I got to do this. And a lot of them do that. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see this little girl from Brooklyn who did the club circuit, did this, did that? Playing the Royal Albert Hall? No. Playing Sydney Opera House, doing Glastonbury?
Absolutely not. Didn't even know what Sydney Opera House or the Royal Albert Hall was. Didn't even know. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, which is the other good thing about this gig. We traveled to every continent. Yeah. Like every single one. one time or another. Like I think one of the tours we just called Around the World in 80.
You guys are very busy.
80 days.
You guys are very busy. I mean, you guys just did a less than 24-hour trip.
We did.
Went to London, came back, made it,
and that's
just in time for the show.
Just in time for the show, like slid in like the 5 heartbeats. But what it is but that was amazing too, because we've done that before where you're in different time zones. It's one thing to leave and come back, but you left and lost almost a whole day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you don't know what time it is. By the time we all came back, that was the quietest flight ever.
Yeah.
You know, we were snoring in harmony.
That's
what was going on that plane.
Well, I know the guys, Gert and Martin, they always come in. They're high-fiving. They just came in. They just walked in, just pushed their cases into place.
Exactly. They walked in
didn't talk to us till after the show.
Exactly. Don't talk to me.
Being in a band with Russell and Richard and Jerry, these guys, they're all super talented.
Yes.
And then Niall, who can't be denied.
Right.
And then you, how are you guys always trying to outdo each other? Or you guys come out and say, look, we're family, we're going to make it?
We are family. I'm not even lying. We are family because we're together more than we are with our families.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the bottom line to that. We have fought. We have cried. We have laughed. We have had deaths in the family. We've had weddings. Births. Like, seriously, we've been together on holidays. Like, the first holiday that I missed at home was on Thanksgiving with Chic. And, you know, they were like, yeah, so we're booking flights on Thanksgiving. I was like, no, nobody's booking a flight on Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. People eat food on Thanksgiving with their family and friends. Like, what are you talking about? And they looked at us and was like, okay, we're going to be on the plane. What are you going to do? You know, and truly devastated. But you know what everybody did? Everybody had Thanksgiving the day before and brought food the next day. So we were on the plane eating each other's Thanksgiving food. Because that's what we had to do. And so, again, we're together with each other more than we're with our families.
Yeah.
So we're definitely family.
And you guys do work. I look at your schedule.
Yes.
Duran and Niall have a really special relationship.
Yes.
We've spent a lot of time together.
Back in the day, yes.
So we see your even now, like we see your schedule, like, you know, you guys were like, hey, what are you doing on your day off? They're like, we don't have a day off.
What day off?
You know?
Yeah, yes.
This is a silly question. Is your son proud of you?
Absolutely. He lives in Vegas and he just came to the show in Vegas.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he picked me up, spun me around because he was like, you know, he's been seeing it all his life. You know? But it's funny when you have my grandbabies there and they're enjoying it. And, you know, I go to my oldest grandson brought me to his school for career day, and it was hilarious because of the reaction of the students. Because, you know, they're all in high school like, so, you gonna sing, right? Like, little girls talking to me like that. I'm like, look, little thing. You know what I'm saying?
They got their hand on their hip.
Grandma for real? You know, those are the questions they asking him. Too funny. But, yeah, he's definitely proud. Definitely.
Have you met any of your heroes being with Niall?
I have. I mean, I didn't know how I would feel about Andrea Bocelli. I think he became a hero afterwards. You know, because just meeting him, and then when he opened up his mouth, I was like, what? Like, it was butter. You know what I mean? So you have that, and then you just meet people. I can't even start with all the people that we met through him. You know, Elton John was a moment. Patti LaBelle was a moment, who I've worked with before, so that was awesome. You know, I'm just upset that I didn't get to meet Bernard. I came like right after his death, so I wasn't able to meet him. But that would have definitely been a moment. Yeah, I mean, so many, and then just people that weren't even supposed to be there, but were there. You know, so just people that you meet, like let's say in the airport, you know, or at a restaurant because you're somewhere, you know. And we just happened to be, we were in LA, and guess who I saw Sting walking to the restaurant. Like, that was it was just a moment. It wasn't supposed to happen. It was you know. So yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But then I'm not all like, let's get a picture. That's the last thing I do. I said this year I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just saying, let's get a picture. Everybody else does it.
I think that's my Achilles heel. I'm always like,
I never want to be that person, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna just jump in there and take the selfie. Come on, let's do it.
I think we all took a picture with Donnie Wahlberg a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Heck yeah. You know Munchie wins. Munchie wins every conversation.
Oh, man.
That's what's going on. That's how that happened.
Tell us about Munchie.
Munchie is my rescue, my 11-year-old rescue, who, after I lost my last dog, I was like, I need a dog in my life. And Niall has an A&R girlfriend. Shout out to Fran. My sister works at the Humane Society. You should go see. What? I go to the Humane Society. I didn't see any dogs I liked. I said, listen, this is what I want. I want a male dog that looks like a toy that doesn't grow. That's what I want. I'm putting it out there. And she looked at me and laughed like, okay, Kim. It's okay, Kim. It's all right. All right, whatever. And I said, no, seriously, this is what I want. 2 months later, she called me and she said, oh my God, your dog just came through the system. I was like, what? I can't. I'm away. Hold him for me. It was a Thursday. I said, I don't get home till Sunday. Friday, they went on Good Day New York with Munchie. This is what we're doing on, the Imagine. Needless to say, it was phone calls, emails, people busting the door down, trying to get to Munchie. And she was like, no, the dog is taken. I went there Sunday morning at 8 o'clock and the door is open. And she brought this dog to me and I started crying. And he looked up at me and ever since, this is him ever since. No leash.
So they just use Munchie to sell the...
Right. You know what? That's what they do. They go on these talk shows and they bring the cutest animals they have. And they, represent what they're doing. Yep. And it was Munchie. So now he's been on planes, trains, boats.
He's toured more than some indie artists.
He has.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. He's definitely living his best life now.
Especially in catering. I've seen Munchie in catering. Table to table.
Table to table. And everybody feeds him.
Yeah. What advice would you give young singers? What advice would you give anybody, not just young singers?
Right. Yeah, anybody. First of all, just be consistent. If it's something if it's your passion, then be consistent with your passion. But the final thing for me is to be fierce, but stay humble.
Yeah. Humble's very important.
Very. But be fierce. Don't forget to be fierce.
Some people are humble in the beginning. They get it.
Right.
And then that humbleness goes out the window.
And then, but the key is to stay there.
Yeah. I know everyone in your band and they're all so talented, from the top down, and they're all humble. And that translates into the people that work for Niall.
Yes.
Yes. People don't come in like bumping elbows, like get out of my way,
No. I remember a lady, when we took a private flight and the flight attendant could not believe that we were even talking to each other. And we asked her why. She said a lot of bands get on the plane and they put their earphones on. They don't talk to each other. They go to sleep. They've got their backs facing each other. Yeah. We're like on the plane telling jokes, throwing paper planes at each other. You know what I mean? So
I've seen all the pictures of people sleeping that Gert gets.
Gert is funny. Yeah. He's so funny.
What's the most important thing Niall's ever taught you?
Accountability. Just be responsible for whatever it is that you do.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you loud, be proud. Loud and proud. Even if you're wrong, just be loud and proud.
Just be loud.
Yes. And then be accountable.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah. We're both big fans. We when I asked you this, I think it was last year, like, hey, you want to do this? And then I was scared to actually to follow up. I was like,
no.
She just said yes because she's being nice.
Absolutely not.
So Lisa actually pushed me to she's like, you're one of her heroes.
Yay!
You're one of her heroes.
Thank you, honey.
And I see it every day. Where can people find you online? Your social media?
Yes,
She Sings Academy.
So Instagram is She Sang. So it's SANGZ Academy. She Sings Academy. And for Facebook, it's Kimberly Davis. Twitter or X or whatever the world it is, I can't be bothered. I'm so over it. But those are my two faves, And I was hacked on Instagram, so make sure that's She Sings Academy. Okay. Being hacked sucks, just so you know. I'm gonna talk about that on somebody's podcast.
We can talk about it right now.
I know it sucks. But it's cool. Sometimes it's good to start over.
All right. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
We do,
That's right.
in this fine business center they sent us to.
Exactly.
Do you have anything to ask me? It's called Is Breakfast Included?
That's right.
That's the name of the show.
Is breakfast? That's right. That's your
Is Breakfast Included?
Instagram,
yeah.
Is breakfast included? I love that.
Thank you. It's that's what we ask every time we check into a hotel,
Isn't
right?
That funny?
Is breakfast included? Yeah. So why not name the podcast that? If we were having breakfast, Kim, this is a 2-part question. What would you be having, and what would Munchie be having?
Munchie would definitely be eating whatever meat is on my plate, and one of those meats would be bacon, because bacon goes with everything. And I'm an omelet. I'm gonna be an omelet girl, because I can't. Back in the day it was pancakes and waffles and sweetness, and now it's omelets and avocado toast. Things have changed.
Right.
And some coffee, because I'm from Brooklyn.
Coffee.
How do you take it? Yeah.
How do you take your coffee?
I take it out with a lot of milk. A lot of milk, no sugar. Yeah. A lot of milk.
I'm a cream and Splenda.
I love it.
So that's a fake coffee drinker right there. Right. What do you got coming up before we let you go?
Well, definitely the Royal Albert Hall. That'll be in December on the 18th.
18th.
Yes, that's for me. That's me. But my life is the priority for me is Nile Rodgers and Chic. So I guess we'll be on tour forever, God willing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for your time. It's a pleasure watching you guys every night. Yay. You're always smiling. You make us smile every night. Yes. Like I said.
I love that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Woo-hoo! It's good talking to you.
Yay!
Kimberly Davis. What did I tell you, man? She's a complete badass. I can't choose another word other than a really, really talented singer. But badass sounds badass, right? You can find her online on Facebook, Kimberly Davis. On Instagram, She Sangs Academy, and that's SANGZ Academy. I want to thank Lisa for sitting down with me and really pushing me to pursue Kim. Like I said, I asked Kim last year. She said, yeah, let's do it. And then I just was intimidated by the schedule. I don't want to bother anyone when they're working, and they work a lot. Anyway, we have a few more shows on this Duran tour. Come out, check it out. See Kimberly, see Chic. You've never seen a more talented packed stage than a Chic show with Nile Rodgers. I mean that. Yeah. And if not, check out Chic on their own. They'll be touring for the rest of their lives. And let's hope that's a long time, because they are an amazing band. Isbreakfast.bigcartel.com. Check out our online store. Buy one of our shirts. Buy your friends one of our shirts. Buy their friends one of our shirts. And so on and so on. All right, guys, I'm done. Have a great day. I'll talk to you next week.